As autumn sets in, Ukraine faces a brutal new phase of Russia's war. Moscow is intensifying its push to seize Donetsk, deploying drones, glide bombs, and infiltration units to pressure Ukraine's fortress belt of cities that have resisted for years.
From a military point of view, it looks correct. On the map, it looks neat. But after nearly 3.5 years of war, we all know that such deep maneuvers and wide flanking operations are not Russia's army forte. This is an impossible task for them. They simply won't be able to control and supply those penetrations, so I'm sure that they will fail.
Russia already controls about 70% of Donetsk. The remaining cities, Lyman, Sloviansk, Kostiantynivka and Pokrovsk, have become Ukraine's last defensive wall. But troop shortages, chaotic logistics and mounting losses are straining Kyiv's ability to hold the line. Russian forces are avoiding costly urban battles like Bakhmut, instead using infiltration tactics to slip small groups through Ukrainian defenses. These units hide in tree lines, occupy abandoned positions, and cut supply routes, trading high casualties for tactical gains. Heavy firepower complements these maneuvers. Glide bombs pound Ukrainian strongholds, while Garand II drones target supply convoys. In southern Donetsk, Russia has advanced around Pokrovsk, while in the north, Lyman faces fresh attacks that could open the way towards Sloviansk.
At the beginning of the full-scale invasion in Donbas, the fighting never subsided. There were always hotter, less hot spots, but the fighting always continued. There was no such state of calm as, for example, here in 2014 when the entire front line was silent.
Ukraine's defenders say Russia's maneuvers look neat on maps, but are unsustainable. Deep flanking operations stretch Moscow's ability to control or resupply territory, yet the pressure on Ukraine's already thin forces is relentless. Meanwhile, Moscow is working to reshape the narrative. At home and abroad, it presents Donbas not as a battlefield of destruction, but as an emerging economic hub. Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov recently hailed growing interest from global South countries in investing in occupied regions.
We see growing interest from countries in the global South and East in establishing contacts with new Russian regions. These regions are visited by representatives of socio-political, business, and academic circles, who can see firsthand the difference between reality and the openly Russophobic propaganda spread by biased Western media. We will continue to strongly encourage such contacts, especially since the industrial potential of Donbas and Novorossiya is truly vast, and the prospects for expanding mutually beneficial cooperation are clear. Our partners abroad understand this.
This dual strategy, grinding warfare on the ground, glossy investment pitches in diplomatic circles, underscores Moscow's message. Conquest can be normalized, and war can be packaged as business. For Ukraine, Donetsk remains the epicenter of resistance. For Russia, it is both a battlefield and a showroom, bloodshed rebranded as opportunity, destruction sold as legitimacy.